What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back another video on the channel. And today it's Sunday night for me. You will be seeing this on another day, but it is about to be, actually the Giants game is on, so this might be an abbreviated video. But we went to a place called K Pasta. I've been here a few times, but I wanted to try some new pasta dishes. I was in a pasta mood. So that is what we did today. I normally will give you locations and all kinds of stuff, but I'm trying to get these nice little cards and signs here. So this is their card, and on the back it has their address, as well as the location, which is right there, and a website. I figured I would help you guys out a little bit more, but drop a thumbs up. I talk fast sometimes, so sometimes the location gets screwed up, and I don't put it in the title. That's on me. I'm trying to be better for you guys, but two different pasta dishes. We have an appetizer, as well as I had to get this sandwich because I was curious to see what it was working with, so let's get into this video without further ado. Okay, this first dish, I can't turn this over because there is a white wine sauce and it'll drip all over the place, but this is called the paisano. What it is gnocchi, broccoli rabe, crumbled sausage, sun-dried tomatoes, in a white wine sauce. I haven't had gnocchi from this place. If you don't know, this is what gnocchi is. Let me show this to you real quick before I get the rest of this, but gnocchi is a dough that is made from potato, so it should be nice, light, and airy, and what you do is you kind of use something to crumble it back up or turn it back up, and then what you get is this nice thing with a fork. You can see the fork marks on there, which means that they did make this by hand, I think. I hope. Let's see. It should be nice and light, which this is. When you get bad gnocchi, it is like chewy, and it's not very pleasant to eat, but thank goodness this actually is. But let me get the rest of this white wine sauce. Ooh, I love broccoli rabe. I just had a video with broccoli rabe in it because I'm such a big fan, and anytime I see it, broccoli rabe, garlic, any kind of pasta is just fantastic. If I can get this actually on my fork, it'll be even better, but I can't. There we go. So there you go. Because it's in a to-go box, which is not on them, obviously I did take it home. The white wine sauce, there seems to be a ton of it. If it was spread out on a plate, I wouldn't notice it, but there's like a pool of it. But again, that's not on them. That is on me. Everything else in here is simple and effective. Good quality sausage. Just right, pause. This is good. Let me get one more of these. The gnocchi, to me, if I'm being real, it's not overdone, but I've had lighter and better. This is what you would get when you get like a good pasta dish, and not like, oh my god, this is the greatest pasta I've ever had pasta. But this costs about $16, and you get a good amount of it. Can't say I'm mad at it. I do like it. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Now, next up is a very seasonal item, and I just said, you know what, let's risk it for the biscuit and try it. I've seen these recipes all over the place and have never actually had it. So, this is pumpkin ravioli. Being fall, seasonal flavor, not the biggest fan of pumpkin, but I've heard that this works well in ravioli. So, I'm going to try it. It's in like a cream sauce. All right, let me get one of these. That's two of these. Jeez. There we go. That's dripping all over your face, isn't it? That's not bad. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. But again, when you're dealing with fresh pumpkin, it doesn't have that same pumpkin spice taste. What it plays as is like a sweeter ravioli. With the cream sauce, it kind of balances it out, and it's not overly sweet, but it has a lot of richness from that as well. The ravioli itself, again, tastes fresh. It doesn't taste like it's cooked like crap or overcooked to where it's chewy or rubbery. And the sweetness gives it a little bit of subtle, but not like overpoweringly sweet. People think pumpkin, they think pumpkin spice where it's like sugary, overly nutmeg, clove, etc. And this doesn't have that. It's just like a hint of it, but it's really overshot kind of by the cream sauce, which does balance it, but you can see it's like loaded with whatever's on here. It's not something personally that I would order again, but again, I ordered pumpkin lasagna, or lasagna. I ordered pumpkin ravioli, and I got pumpkin ravioli. So, with that being said, I do think it's good for what it is. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. I didn't start with the appetizer for some stupid reason. Normally I do, but I don't think it really matters. I got risotto balls. Now, I've had rice balls, but not risotto balls. So I thought it sounded interesting. I don't know what's inside of them because the description didn't have one. It just said risotto balls. Now, it looks like there is a vodka sauce as a dipping sauce, but I'm going to try the first bite without it. This looks like a good breading on here. I will give them that much. Oh. There's a definite different flavor than I had with the rice ball. Now, this does have the same kind of ingredients when you get the cheese on the inside, but the risotto has a textural difference, and there's something underneath all of that that I'm picking up, but I can't really tell what it is. Let's try the dipping sauce. Yeah, that's like a creamy vodka sauce. Oh, man. This right here, this vodka sauce, crazy. There's like none left. The breading on this is just really good. It's not chewy on the inside. Sometimes you get overcooked. What you should see when you look in here are like these little rice individual pieces. There shouldn't be like a sticky or like almost like a congealed piece of rice in here. I would not have a problem with these at all. You know what that reminds me of? If you ever go to the Cheesecake Factory, they have mac and cheese balls. The taste and the texture is the same. It just doesn't have the same creaminess on the inside, but the flavor profile with this dipping sauce is very similar. But it is executed, like cooked a little bit better than what I'm used to when I order those from there. Full disclosure, those discs from the Cheesesteak Factory, that appetizer, one of my favorite things. We used to order like 2 or 3 for the table whenever we would go, and that just brought me back to that. That's why I like food, man. Sometimes it just wakes up unlocked memories, and that is the case with that. I would give those a 9 out of 10. I would order like 42 of those and just eat those. Real talk. And just save me some of this sauce next time. That's the one. I want to bite another one. You want to bite another one? Yeah, I got it. We're going to bite another one. I ain't going to tell nobody. Nobody's here. It's just us. It's just us. It's just us. I'm going to put this off to the side so I don't put it back. Other people got to eat that. But that's the one for me, man. This time we got a sandwich. This is what they call a Willy Philly. I know Philly get mad as hell when y'all use the word, so this ain't gonna be a Philly cheesesteak. I already know the Johns down there in Philly gonna be mad at me, be throwing Wawa napkins at me or something, but I didn't name it this, all right? Don't look at me like I didn't do this. But anyway, the Willy Philly, New York, sir. Nah, y'all ain't doing this in Philly, bro. But I'll be honest with you, I mean that with the utmost compliment to what this is, because this is not a Philly, it is a steak sandwich. Oh my goodness, bro. New York strip with peppers and onions, melted mutts, and some mushrooms. This is like legit steak. It's a steak. Look at this. I almost want to bite this steak. Why is my mouse here? We don't edit that. We just leave the stupid in. All right, let me get this bite. I want to bite this too, though. What kind of bread is this? Look at this stuff. It got me a little nervous in the beginning. Let me get another bite here. Don't bite it again. I'll be trying. It got me kind of nervous in the beginning because when I see a whole steak, I'm immediately going, okay, this is about to be chewy as hell. I'm not going to be able to eat it, but let me show you this. So there's a piece of the entire steak right here. Again, this is a whole sirloin in a sandwich, and this sandwich was $13.95. I think the steak would cost you more than that at most places. You see that? It ain't tough at all. Thank goodness. The steak itself is not overly seasoned, which I don't mind. It's a steak. I don't feel like steak has to have a ton of seasoning, but it's got a little salt and pepper on here, and it's cooked probably a little over medium, but it's in a sandwich, so I don't mind. Again, it's not tough, which is even more important. When it comes to everything else on here, look at this bite right here. You get a nice, good amount of cheese. The peppers and onions are sauteed. Up with the mushrooms. And there's a little bit of like a garlic and olive oil kind of taste with that. This, I don't know who Willie is, or I know you ain't from Philly. Maybe, I don't know what, but I'm going to tell you what. Another one. They did something a little different, because that's a steak sandwich. That is a damn good steak sandwich. Even the bread, with all of the moisture that's going on the inside, you can see on the bottom that it got a little, it's still not soggy, which I like. But it's not tough or anything. The outside still has the bite, and the inside is nice and fluffy. This is a hell of a sandwich. Oh, Lord. Y'all got that off with this one. That's what it's all about. 9.2 out of 10. It's fantastic. Let me give you one more sip real quick. Got my Diet Sprite today. Normally I don't get these bottles, but there was a 7-Eleven down the street. So, stopped in, had to give me a couple. I do have one more thing here. I don't even know what this is. It came in a little container, and I don't know if it's like an appetizer, or they just give, I don't know what it is, but we're going to see. It's like a pasta salad. I'm smelling something that's similar to what you would get in like an Italian dressing. So let me see. I think this is like an antipasto, like an appetizer pasta. Sun-dried tomatoes in here. Just some pasta. You know, maybe they got some pasta that they just wanted to get rid of or something. So they repurpose it into an appetizer. But that's what it is. Reminds me of them good pasta salads, but the addition of the sun-dried tomatoes, there's big chunks of it, really does flavor this a lot more than if you get like the kind, you know, this is like a kicked up version of the ones that people like from the boxes, which I do like. It just tastes a lot fresher and a lot more bold of like a sun-dried tomato flavor on that as well. I like this a lot. I think it's an 8.5 out of 10. Let me tell you, cool this off. Put this with like in a barbecue. You ever do the barbecue? You put these with the barbecue? Nah? Okay, it's just me. I like that. But that's the whole thing. Again, it's already the first quarter of the Giants game. I know my team is trash. I don't care, truthfully. I still like to watch them. And given that this is probably the last primetime game they're going to play for a while, I'm going to get in there and watch that. It was a crazy weekend of NFL teams. There's no undefeated teams left already. The Browns beat the Browns beat San Francisco, which on stream I've said multiple times. I said I don't know who San Francisco was going to lose to, but I felt like somebody would get them just because that's the NFL. Nobody goes undefeated for a reason. And as good as they are, the Browns played great on defense and were able to kind of pull one out in the end, even though they got like the missed field goal. But a win is a win. And the Jets, sorry Philly, got the Eagles. Great defensive game. Quick kind of opinion on that. I'm going to look at the tape later. I didn't watch the whole film, but I watched a lot of the game, but I didn't get to run it back, if you get what I'm saying. I just thought Philly got away from the balance on offense that made them great. Jalen Hurts had 45 passing attempts. That's way too much for him. I'm not saying he's bad, but the way that team is built, they need the run to set up the pass. They had a lot of quarterback design runs, but they didn't. This is a football term, but they didn't pound the rock like I thought they should have. They should have been a little more leaning on the running game. The game was a close game, so they didn't have to be in obvious passing situations. And the Jets have a very good secondary, even though Gardner was out, and a very good defense. So they were able to kind of get one at the end. Uncharacteristically, turnovers from him. They usually do a better job taking care of the ball, but at the end of the day, even though those two teams lost, I still think them, and you got to give credit to Detroit right now, are like three of the best teams in the league. But I'm just speaking off cuff. I want to watch the games, which I will do starting on stream later, and then into the week we kind of cover 2 or 3 games a day. But that was the NFL talk. I want to watch my Giants. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out. We'll be back tomorrow. This steak sandwich was crazy. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.